In the high-stakes world of Formula One, where every second counts, a young prodigy dared to rewrite the rules and the records. From his very first race, Max Verstappen was destined to be more than just a racer. But the path to greatness is never easy. This is the story of how Max Verstappen rose from a young talent to an F1 legend. And trust me, it's a journey you don't want to miss. Max's journey didn't start like most drivers. His story begins in a small Dutch town, with a father who knew the pain of almost reaching the top. Jos Verstappen, Max's father, had been an F1 driver himself. But for Jos, racing was a battle he never fully won. So when he saw talent in his son, he was determined. Max would finish the fight he started. At just 4 years old, Max was behind the wheel of a kart, a place where most kids his age were still learning to ride a bike. And the craziest part? From day one, Max wasn't just racing, he was winning. Race after race, Max shattered expectations. He became the youngest racer in many competitions, and he didn't just participate, he dominated. It was here on the karting track that the seeds of an F1 legend were planted. Fast forward to 2015, Max was about to make history. At just 17 years old, he became the youngest driver ever to debut in Formula One. Imagine a teenager stepping into the world's most competitive motorsport, facing men who had been racing longer than he'd been alive. And he didn't disappoint. The pressure, the media, the doubters, none of it mattered to Max. From his very first race, he showed the world that age was just a number. But his aggressive style and fearless overtakes began drawing attention. And not all of it was good. Max was bold, some said reckless, but the truth was, he was fearless. This was only the beginning. As Max's career progressed, so did the intensity. Every race, every overtake, every corner, Max was pushing his car to the absolute limit. Rivals like Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and Nico Rosberg saw this young driver challenging the status quo. And not everyone liked it. Fights, crashes, controversies. But through it all, Max was unbreakable. Where others saw obstacles, he saw opportunity. And the fans? They loved him for it. Max was more than a driver, he was a force. The world could feel something changing in F1. But in 2021, everything changed. Max faced his ultimate rival, Lewis Hamilton. It was a championship battle that would go down in history. Race after race, it was Max versus Lewis. Aggressive overtakes, wheel-to-wheel battles, moments that left fans on the edge of their seats. And in that fateful race in Abu Dhabi, it all came down to one lap. One lap to decide the championship. One lap to prove who was the best. Max did the impossible. He took the crown and became the world champion. But this wasn't just a victory for Max. It was a victory for every young racer, every underdog, every dreamer who'd ever dared to believe they could beat the odds. Today, Max Verstappen isn't just a world champion. He's a legend, a symbol of relentless pursuit and unbreakable will. And while he's reached the top, this is just the beginning. So the question remains, how far can Max Verstappen go? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, he's already changed the world of Formula One forever. If you're inspired by Max Verstappen's journey, hit the subscribe button for more stories of F1 legends, rivalries, and everything that makes racing unforgettable.